Hey guys, Novice Unicorn here. I am a total novice and know nothing about stock trading. I know nothing about equities. You probably shouldn't even watch this video or listen to me. But this video, I just want to put together a little theory or thought process I have on pops or gaps on good news. And I see a lot of people get trapped in this, and I wonder who they are. I wonder, are hedge funds or high frequency traders being trapped in this? Or, you know, like, who exactly is being trapped in this metric? Because I see it happen over and over and over again. It's one that I've learned, and it is the gap on good news. The gap on good news outside of Bollinger Bands. And I'm going to show you 4 stocks, 1 which I actually traded, 3 which I actually tried to buy in on, but unfortunately didn't pull back hard enough on this metric. And it's pretty concrete. I really, you can look at a lot of charts. I mean, a lot. Go look and find a chart that's in the general trading range of, regular traders or investors. I'm not talking about a penny stock that trades for 5 cents a share, but just look. I look at the entire chart for the last 5 years and find that this metric does not work. And that is when a stock gets good news and it after hour trades the day before, pre-market trades the day of, way outside of the top Bollinger Band, it cannot hold that price. It cannot hold the price. In most cases, there's always an exception. There's always a 25% exception. You find 25 stocks for every 100 that would break this. But I am pointing to this one today. MU is a stock that I bought here and I sold here. It didn't hold through the waffle period. I actually expected it to come back down, but that's it. It's not a question of being absolutely right. It's a question of being mostly right or correct. That's totally bad grammar. But in this case, the metric a little system that I've learned is that when you get, I knew the stock was going to perform well in earnings, so I don't hold through earnings usually, just because it's too parabolic, and I'd rather play a sure bet rather than a bet. And I drew this line, this line here. I did not post this, but this line that I drew here was before the market opened. And the market, it opened up here. And I said, well, maybe I'm a little off. The crazy thing is that I literally drew the line on the bottom of the day and the close of the day. And this was before market open. So I believe that I'm onto something here in, somewhat of a prediction. How I drew that line was, I looked at the top Bollinger Band for the recent moves, and I basically drew it off the recent move. That's a little inaccurate, but I tried to figure out where it would be at. I drew it a little shallower than the current move, and I'm going to show you a couple things. A couple stocks where this panned out. But you can, just go look at some dang charts, and you'll see this. This stock is really strong. They previously guided up a long time ago. I said buy. Back here I'm buy on the pullback. DRAM prices are going through the roof through 2018. You just buy this. that was here. It ramped. Boom. I bought it on the pullback. Yeah, I made my money. I'm out. I'm not going to hold into earnings, even though the earnings popped really hard. And unfortunately, I didn't know about the stock back down here. But the theory is how. So I mean, I see people get trapped and just get their heads chopped off, not understanding this. Well, the thing's moving. I mean, crazy volume, crazy volume. But the metric is, what is the Bollinger Band doing versus the current price? And you look at the pre-market. The pre-market was very high. You need to look at this based on what the previous day price is and the price of the Bollinger Band, the top Bollinger Band. And this thing's way outside of it. When it's way outside, there is there's almost zero chance it can hold it. Zero chance that it can hold it. I can show you a couple where it did hold. But the majority of the time, when that price is way outside of that Bollinger Band, it's extremely hard. And the most it's going to do is just consolidate and turn into doji out here at the open, and then wait for the Bollinger Band to come in. But the best thing to do is find out where you can enter at a good price point. I drew this before open and just waited. I mean, it was for most of the day, it was way outside of it. I'm like, wow, I was wrong, but dang, I was right. If you put a buy order in where I wanted to buy it, you'd have made a little bit of money, but it's got to come inside. It's got to come inside. It cannot trade outside the top Bollinger Band for very long. And that is the rule. A stock cannot trade outside the top Bollinger Band for very long. You know what? A good example of that is Serenity. Yeah, you got it here. It's outside the. It's outside the Bollinger Band on a good strong pop. It's not going to continue outside of it. Inside, way outside. This is what I'm talking about. It's way outside, and this is a 2-day period. I'm talking about pre-market pops, but it's way outside the night before. You can bet on this that if you had not seen this day, you take the current Bollinger Band and you extenuate it. Whoops. You extenuate the trend outside. That Bollinger Band, that stock is going to hit that Bollinger Band most of the time, or come close. So you'd have been ingenious to put a buy order in right here. You would have been a genius, to put your buy. Whoops! No. I want the dash. You'd have been a genius to put your buy order right there. Because you would have bought in, you'd have made your money, you'd have still been able to hold in that and still caught the uptrend. But it's based off of how the stock is moving off of outside of the Bollinger Band on a massive pop. And you can do it again. I bought it here. That was stupid. Stupid! Held it. Sold just above. That was dumb. But the metric is, how is a pop going to work on the Bollinger Band? MU, it just can't. There's almost zero chance it's going to hold. This thing opened and held there for a while, and that's what I'm looking at. No, it's not going to happen. It just doesn't happen. It can't happen. And you have this period here where it did trade outside the Bollinger Band for a while. It can't move. It can't move outside of it. Wherever it opens, it's not going to keep going. It's not going to keep going. If you understand Bollinger Bands, learn the metrics on the Bollinger Bands. And this is a very weird period where it actually green coming back inside before it dropped off. But that's MU. Same deal. Very strong. This is a very strong stock. Very strong stock. But when you get these pops, now this is not a pop. It started here and pushed outside. Once outside the Bollinger Band, it cannot hold it. It's not going to happen. It came tried to hold it up, down inside. So whenever you see you push outside the Bollinger Band, you always want to figure out like where the Bollinger Band is going to be inside the next day. And generally, the only way to figure that out is just kind of try to follow the trend line. So I mean, this is classic. What I mean, classic. I mean, there's no better. There is no better example than right here. This is it. Stock opens here, dips off, buys back in, way outside, way out. The people that bought up here were flipping idiots. I'm sorry, whoever you are, if you bought it at this price point, you was dumb. And you can bet this entire period right here was probably retail. But because they don't understand this. Came out way outside, hit, ended there. You know. If you took this period and this metric and you said, you don't see this day. I wish I could delete days. You see this move. There's zero chance I buy it open. I mean, look at it. There's zero chance. What do? I find the move on the Bollinger Band. The Bollinger Band is ending right here. I would say, what's the best move on that Bollinger? The Bollinger is taken from here. Oops. The Bollinger is moving from here. Come on. The Bollinger Band's moving here. I can't really do a whole lot with it because of the way it's working. I'm just trying to show you a random. If you look at the blue, if you took this Bollinger Band and extenuated it off the blue line, that's essentially where it's going. I mean, this is the absolute perfect. You can say, hey, and you have to correct this. You have to correct up a little bit because it's not going to come directly inside most of the time. It's going to come back in. If you were a boss, you would have been like, all right, the Bollinger Band's moving this way. I'm going to say, like, this is way outside the next day. I'm going to split it. Come on, that's not what I want. I want the dash. I want the dash. I'm going to split it. The bottom of the Bollinger Band, which I know of, and the top of the Bollinger Band, which I think, and then split it on the day. And you buy. And you make money. Cash money. Easy money. Alright? If you want to learn the term money, go back and watch Swingers. But that's what you do. You don't want to set it out the absolute extreme. You want to find where it's going to go and then split it. It's here. You think it's going to go here. You split it. And that's AOI, a strong stock, a very strong stock. You have the same deal here where it was outside the Bollinger Band, and you're like, it can't handle it. It can keep pushing, but that's probably not the best example. What I'm trying to show is pops on. I mean, here's a good one. This one I'm just looking at right here. I know I'm moving this thing around a lot. Here's another one. I mean, this is who knows even what happened here. This is not on pause. I don't know what's happened here. All I know is this thing is stopped out the one day here. The Bollinger Band is here. I know the trend of the Bollinger Band is probably like a little bit more upwards. I think the Bollinger Band is going to go here. I know it's here. I'm going to split. Probably like 2/3 ratio. I haven't done the math on it. But it cannot trade outside. It just cannot. Because of the way math works. If we go to here's one where I missed it. I missed it because I did not calculate things appropriately. But this little dash, I drew this before this day. This little dash, I drew before the day. I said $25. Okay, it might dip into it. It did not dip into it. But if you would have drawn it straight off the metric of the previous Bollinger Band was basically there. If you just split it where it was at versus where you think it's going to go, somewhere in this range. I didn't play this stock, but I was watching it. But the key is this is not dip inside. What this would tell you is there's absolutely no way this keeps going. There's absolutely no way. And you'll have people that are like, stock's so good. Look at what they did. Blah, blah, blah. Here, look at this. I'm going to post this. Blah, blah, blah. There's absolutely no way. There's absolutely no way that trades outside of there. This thing is going to be right there. Bop, bop. There's no way it trades outside that Bollinger Band. It's way outside. On a green day, way outside. No way it trades outside. So you can listen to a lot of people post a lot of junk saying this thing is going to go off the hook and it's going to be great. Right there, lock it in. It came and hit it. It's not going to keep trading outside. Where it comes in at, I don't know. But you can bet that if this day is out here, you can bet that at some point this is hitting 26.93. If not lower. So, CRNT, I did show you this. That was a dumb buy. Even somebody that knows the metrics can make a dumb buy. That was stupid. That was absolutely stupid. Luckily, I knew the stock. I got out slightly above even. That was dumb. This is a dumb buy. The little green dash right there is my buy. That was stupid. Absolutely dumb. Breaks every rule in what I'm telling you right now, and I know the rule. Here is one again. I know the rule. This is absolutely dumb, and I lost money on this trade. Absolutely dumb. This is the paramount example. Even though the stock could be good, straight path. Paramount example. I am an idiot. I'm an idiot. I know this. So my dash, I'm an idiot. I can't even bear. Luckily, I cut my losses pretty quick. But this is the paramount example of this principle, and I'm gonna make a HD resolution poster, that you can hang on your wall that looks like this. I bought this pop when the stock opened way up here, and I bought it here, thinking, well, okay, it came back down in. That pop, this is the most aggressive pop you can find outside of a Bollinger Band on any dang chart. It is a crazy, obscene. It's a 25% pop outside of the top Bollinger Band. It's crazy. This thing is like a nuclear bomb going off in charting. But I bought it because I really thought this thing was this is good, and I actually did have a gap top. I did actually have a reason because the gap top was back here. I felt it was coming into that, and I figured it might present a bounce. But I mean, absolutely, this is like probably one of the dumbest plays I've ever made. Popped hard. I would prefer to come back in. No, I actually only opened a quarter position because I left I left more for the way down. Second quarter position here, still outside the Bollinger Band. I mean, this is like when I look at this chart, this is seared into my brain, because this is exactly what you don't want to do. I can't even explain it. Well, but I do find it interesting that the next day it popped exactly into my price point, which allowed me to close out a little bit of my position at break even. And because I had bought it a little lower. So, but the point being, way outside, anything that pops way outside the Bollinger Band. Look at the pre-market. Look at the pre-market prices. Look at where it's going to open at. Look at the Bollinger Bands on a daily. Look at the 5-minute where it's at. Look at the daily where the Bollinger Bands are at. And if the daily is the pre-market is outside of the Bollinger Bands, know that thing may pop a little bit, but it is destined for failure. And in rare cases, you have this where it pops way outside. And I mean, this thing opened here, pushed way outside, and came back in. I'm talking about where things are popping outside. And here's a good case. Strong push outside. Next day, not a pop. It pushes outside. Ain't going to hold it. Boom. This was your buy. Your buy is always within a range of the top. I don't know exactly what the range is, but we'll just say that your buy is always at the Bollinger Band, inside just a little bit, or just a little bit outside. I mean, this thing ended right on it. Now I'm not going to talk about the rest of the stock matrix, price matrix or whatever. I mean, this is not great. Oh, let's move down here. I'm going to buy it just inside the Bollinger Band right here. That's really bad because that right there. That's a squish sound for those that are new. But this is absolutely the wrong time to buy, and it is obvious. I cannot stress that enough. There is no way that works. Pre-market, you watch it, the price is at $50, and the previous day Bollinger Band is at $40. Zero chance it holds. And I just wanted to convey that. And I conveyed that while I lost money on the way down here, made a little bit back here. I actually don't have my sale out here. I sold out fairly close on that loss. I think I only lost like 10% less on that. I didn't mark the loss. It was somewhere around that ADMA. I was like, yep, not happening, and out because it didn't hold previous resistance right here. As soon as it didn't hold previous resistance, I was out. That was a dumb buy. The second I bought, I'm like, put some money in. I'll buy it, and total brain fart. This is it. Screen cap this and print it out, and learn you cannot buy outside the top Bollinger Band on the pop. There's a really good example. Hold on, let me think of it. Yep, here it is. Now on this chart, I didn't actually mark my buys. I'd have to go back and look, but it was right here at this time period here when it bought off. I was like, oh, it's tanking down. There's some good news that came out. I'm watching it pre-market. Thing pops. I'm like, I'm going to buy it. I'm going to keep running. I bought it when it pulled back into the resistance point here. Actually, you can see exactly where I had previously drawn resistance points. I bought it right here. That's absolutely the dumbest thing you can do, because the Bollinger Bands do not support that purchase. Don't buy outside the Bollinger Bands. If the stock is trading outside the Bollinger Bands, look and try to dictate and look where it's going to come back in. Man, I mean, I'm not these pops outside where it's like flat and garbage. That's not so good. The pops I'm talking about where there's like upside movement. This is like it's like flat through here and then stock's flat and kind of pops in here. Blah blah blah. I'm talking about where it looks like it's going to turn bullish. You have it's where the stock has turned bullish, but the price is way past where it should be at. Best way to explain it. The stock has turned way bullish here. I mean, that's a very bullish candle. You don't see any of this garbage over here. You don't see it. It's gone. All you see is boom. All you see is that. But you see the Bollinger Band coming right through here. That's extremely powerful indicator. So the key is this thing is ending the day here, but you see the Bollinger Band is moving in this direction. You put your buy on the Bollinger Band or just above it if you really want to get in, or just below it if you really want to get in on a great price. And on this area here, you'd have been a boss, an absolute boss. Because if you were dumb enough, I really hate to say it, but if you were dumb enough to buy this far outside, it is 7% outside the Bollinger Band. You know that's coming in. If you would have put your buy on the Bollinger Band, yeah, you'd have had a little bit of loss, and then you'd have waited a little bit, and you'd have made 8%, maybe if you're smart enough, 15% within a couple days. But the idiots bought it here. The idiots bought it here. The idiots bought it all the way down while it was outside the Bollinger Band, and the smart people bought it down here on the AEMA and made 22% in 2 days. So, watch the Bollinger Bands. Flat Bollinger Bands are not so. This is not so great. This is garbage right that happens here when the Bollinger Bands are this. Not so great. But when you have this kind of feeling of a bullish trend upwards, I mean, it bottomed out and you had a huge move up. It bottomed out, had a huge move up, but it's obvious. Like this Bollinger Band was drawn at the day, so it's obvious the thing is trading not very well. There's zero chance this moves up from here. Zero chance. Zero chance. Pretty good chance. So go with pretty good chance. Don't go with zero. And that's just one little tidbit, one little thing I look at. So good luck. I know it was a long video. I'm sorry. But that's the way I look at it. So good luck. I'm a novice. I don't know anything. And of course, you can always find examples that break the metric. But I will show you this one more time, just so you get the feeling. I will show you this one more time from here. A 67%, 65% pop. Massive pop after hours. Can't happen. That was a dumb play. And luckily enough, I was able to consolidate some of the pain. So, I mean, screen cap that. So, good luck, guys. My opinion only. I'm a novice.